Hello and welcome to Dungeon Geeks. My name's Ian and today we're going to be talking about dice. So, dice. Now, within the game of Dungeons and Dragons, dice are the most important thing. This here is your shield, your sword, your magic spell, or even your possibility of tripping up and falling over. These dice within the game represent the point of chance. It changes from the story to a game. So now there's an element of failure or an element of success. Now, dice are usually referred to as the letter D with a number. The number is associated with the amount of sides on the dice itself. So, for example, this is a D20 because it's a 20-sided dice. The one you would recognise is a D6. So the D20. This thing here, literally, in most cases, this is going to be the thing that lets you know whether you're going to be able to do the thing that you're trying to do. For example, if you're trying to hit a goblin with a sword, you'd roll your D20, you add a couple of numbers, and that number would be representative of whether you hit or miss. Now, in certain cases, you might strike a natural 1, if I can find it. Natural 1s on a D20 are very, very unlucky. I myself, as a DM, will normally nearly punish a player for getting a natural 1. For example, if they're trying to climb over a rock, roll a natural 1 on a specific check, they might fall off and take a couple of HP, hurting themselves. Equally, a D20, or rather a natural 20, is golden. With a natural 20, it's almost impossible not to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do. And in combat, a D20 adds certain bonuses, but we'll get into that in another episode. So within the pack of polyhedral dice that one would buy, you do get your D20. You also get a D12. Now, D12 is normally a weapons dice. So, for example, doing damage with a battle axe would do a D12. You also have your D10, looks like a spinning top. This can also be a weapons dice. More often than not, the D10 is used as a hit point dice, or a hit dice, rather. But, again, that's something for much later. You would then have your D6, your D8, and your D4. Now you've got to watch out for D4s. They're known as caltrops. If you manage to stand on one, it's worse than standing on Lego. The other dice you may have is what's known as a percentile. This particular D10 also has a zeros after them. So what you would do is roll these with your other D10 to create a number between 1 and 100. It's used for specific tables that your Dungeon Master might ask you to use. Now, dice come in a variety of colours and indeed materials. All of these are plastic and are a relatively good price, depending on where you go. You can also buy dice out of other materials such as metal and bone. Metal, while is very, very pretty, they're normally more expensive and, if I'm honest, don't roll as well. In some cases I've seen people actually damage the surface that they're rolling on because it's so heavy. Bone dice, again, are very expensive. I once spotted a Mammoth Tusk D20 which was selling for around about £5,000. I wasn't allowed one. But in truth, as I say, dice are the most important thing that you are ever going to need when you play Dungeons and Dragons. Later on, in the next video, we will be looking at races and later on classes. So we're going to start looking at building a character that you yourself will be able to play. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us if you want to see more. And I really hope I see you again very soon. Bye.